structure was here. I think it was built around 1985, before the main house was built. And I'm guessing that the people that were building my house built this first to live in while they were finishing up the main house. And so it's pretty rustic, no insulation in the sleeping loft, you know, no paint on the walls, kind of half finished. So when I moved in here late July last year, I immediately just fell in love with it and thought it would be a great project for future visitors. So I started painting the walls, painting the floor, painting the trim around the windows, and then the wood stove, which you could kind of still see over there, didn't have a stovepipe, so I had to get on finding somebody to put a stovepipe in, and my friend, who's a tree planter from Canada, was staying with me for a spell, 6 weeks, and we just decided we'd start working on it. We hauled a bunch of lumber that was delivered in the front of my house. That took a couple days. It was a lot of work. And got the stovepipe put in and extended through the tin roof. Did painting and framing, got windows put in up in the sleeping loft. That was another thing. There was no windows up there. So another guy came out and put the windows in. And then we did some drywall work around the downstairs and did some more painting. And then the outside of the cabin, there was a lot of cracks, and in the cracks you could see that a lot of rodents had been in and out of the cabin. So we decided we'd put up these batten boards, which are vertical strapping. We had finished it in February. He left the beginning of March, and I just finished decorating it, putting antiques in it, making it really cozy. Bought some beautiful felted wool blankets for the loft and a futon mattress, and some people on Facebook recommended putting it on Airbnb, and I had never even heard of Airbnb. So I listed it and immediately got some responses, and hosted a really nice couple from Montreal, my first renters, and they came early March, and then a local friend came out and spent another weekend out here, and then the third couple that came to rent it had a fine first night and then left to go to Burlington the next day. And I came home around 5:30 on Tuesday to fire trucks and what you see here. So pretty heartbreaking. Well, the original plan was, because it was board and batten, and I had been to the Faroe Islands last year and saw these traditional like Scandinavian homes that are painted black with red doors and white windows and turf roofs. That was the original vision for the summer. We were going to paint it and do a birch shingle turf roof. So now I'm looking at various sites that have cabin kits that you can buy. They come with the lumber already kind of pre-cut or with the measurements, and you cut it yourself. And so I'm kind of looking at tiny homes, and there's quite a few companies that make, you know, small cabins that would be perfect. So I think this summer we have a bunch of people that are interested in working on carpentry skills and helping out. We're going to probably have to clear a road behind the cabin. There is a logging road that needs to be kind of gravel paved or whatever, and remove the remaining parts of the cabin and then start new construction. One of the things that's been cool about having a little structure is we made sort of traditional style dragon heads to go on the front of the cabin, so it's going to have a nice medieval Scandinavian look, hopefully, when it gets rebuilt. But it's been great. I've heard a lot of good feedback from friends and different people who have also built cabins in Vermont, and what's been working well, what hasn't been working well. So pretty confident we can get this done.